Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Come on in on this Friday evening. Came in to have this conversation. I was supposed to do this on Wednesday morning, and something came up at our home, and I wasn't going to have the quietness that I needed. So I decided to come on and do it this evening. Good evening. Say good evening and tell me who is there. I can see your comments. I know it probably says something else when I'm using StreamYard, but I can see your comments. I'm looking on another device. So if you would say good evening and tell me who is there. I'm going to get started in just a couple minutes. Going to talk about something that I feel is very, very, very beneficial to us as women. Good evening. Hey, Dr. Beasley, how are you? Congratulations on your new endeavor. That is so awesome. Good evening. Say good evening so that I will know who is there. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes, and I plan on starting right at 7:30. You're so welcome, love. Good evening. Just about 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Come on in, come on in. I know it's a Friday night and some people are still going out and whatnot, but I wanted to go ahead and do this. I was supposed to do it on Wednesday and was not able to. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am grateful for those of you who are live with me right now, and even those of you who will watch the replay later at a later time, but I wanted to come on and talk about something. I wanted to do it earlier this week, but I was not able to. But I wanted to go ahead and come on and talk about it. And before I do that, most of you know me, but I am going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about me. I am Coach Sandara, and I assist women to take back their power after they have gone through a traumatic situation. It could be something that has stripped them of all of their strength. I help women and teach women to see that they have what they need on the inside of them. I help them with clarity, consistency, and confidence. This is what I do to help assist women. I believe that no matter what you have gone through, that you are still able to get back up and take your power back. I am also a writing coach. I assist those who want to become authors. I assist them in my 6 weeks writing intensive course to assist them with tools, strategies, and techniques for them to write their book and become a published author. It is my purpose and my passion to help women be their very best selves. So I wanted to have this discussion tonight talking about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. I feel like this is a great time to have this conversation, especially for everything that is going on in the lives of women right now. I want to make sure that we as women, that we do not miss what is happening in the lives of women right now. So many great things are happening in the lives of women. Of course, each of us were able to see Vice President Kamala Harris become the vice president just about a week and a half ago. And also here in Orange County, good evening, Carla. Also here in Orange County, we have a new Chief Deputy Denise Demps, who is an African American female. This is the first time that we have ever had a woman in the sheriff's office in that high ranking, and other things are happening for women. Many women are getting their doctorates. Many women are going back to school. Many women are getting their degrees. Many women are writing books. Many women are starting businesses. But yet, sometimes we still have limiting beliefs. And I want to talk about limiting beliefs on tonight. That's what I want to talk about on tonight. Limiting beliefs. First of all, I want to tell you what limiting beliefs are. Limiting beliefs are thoughts and opinions that one believes to be the absolute truth. They tend to have a negative impact on one's life by stopping them from moving forward and growing in their personal, professional, or business goals. Limiting beliefs are things that come in our lives or things that have happened in our past, things that come up when we least expect. And because of those things, it continues to cause us to feel like we should have limiting beliefs. And I want to tell you tonight, my dear sisters, it is not so. We cannot allow our past or anything that we have gone through to cause us to have limiting beliefs, to keep you from stepping out on faith, to keep you from doing those things that you would really like to do. And I'm going to talk about some things tonight that cause our limiting beliefs to be even deeper on the inside. So deep that oftentimes they cause us to not be able to sleep at night, cause us not to have peace, cause us not to have total joy. Limiting beliefs can take everything from us. Limiting beliefs can cause us to feel like we are always at rock bottom. But I came to encourage somebody tonight, and I want you to know that you are not always at rock bottom. The first limiting belief that I want to talk about tonight is fear. Fear of failure. Many of us are afraid to step out and do something that we really want to do because we are afraid of failing. Can I tell you that you will never fail if you don't try it? And I also want to tell you that it is okay if you fail. So what if you fail? So what if it doesn't work out the first time? So what if it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to turn out? Does that mean that you can't do it again? Absolutely not. Why? You can do it again. We cannot allow fear of failure to keep us from those things that we really want to do. What is keeping you from launching out and doing those things that you want to do? Is it fear of failing? Is it the opinions of others? Is it what you worry about others saying? Fear of failure. Fear of failure will keep you from accomplishing anything that you really want to accomplish. Fear of failing will cause you not to never step out of your comfort zone and do some of those things that you would really like to do. Fear of failure. Fear of failure that nobody will support you. Fear of failure that it will never work out. Don't allow fear of failing to be a limiting belief that strips you and that keeps you from doing something that you really want to do. In fact, I want to ask you the question, is there something that you have been wanting to do, but you are just afraid? You don't know how to do it. You don't know where to begin. You have no idea. That's when you reach out to somebody who is doing what it is that you would like to do. Surely you see somebody already doing it. That's why you feel like you want to do it. But I know many times we feel like we can't reach out to others, or we can't talk to others. Good evening. We feel like we can't talk to others. We feel like others are not going to support us. So during those times, we don't step out. In fact, many people, we've heard it before, many people go to their grave with visions, dreams, books, and things that they wanted to do, but they never did it because of fear of failing. I want to tell you tonight that you cannot allow fear of failing to be a limiting belief of yours. And I need you to say that to yourself. I will not allow fear of failing to be a limiting belief for me. Perhaps it has been in the past. And perhaps you really didn't know how to face it, how to deal with it, how to handle it. I want you to know tonight that you can do it. But first, you got to be willing to take the first step. You got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You got to be willing to step out of what is the norm. What am I saying? That you got to be willing to do something that you have never done before. Got to be willing to do that. Tonight, I am talking about limiting beliefs. The next limiting belief that I want to talk about is doubt. Many of us have self-doubt. We deal with self-doubt. Why? Because we don't know how things are going to turn out, because we've never done it before. We don't know how it's going to work out. Listen, doubt will keep you from ever experiencing all the things that you desire to experience. We doubt that we can do something new. We doubt that we can do something that we've never done before. I came to tell you tonight, do not allow doubt to be a limiting belief of yours. What did I say limiting beliefs are? Limiting beliefs are thoughts and opinions that one believes to be the absolute truth. And the majority of the time, they are negative thoughts. Negative thoughts, negative feelings. You just feel like that you are not going to be able to do it. I came on to help somebody tonight. You cannot allow anything to cause you to have limiting beliefs. Stop and ask yourself the question, what limiting belief do you have? Perhaps you haven't had either of the two that I've mentioned. Fear of failing and also doubt. But yeah, we as women, we doubt ourselves big time. We doubt that we could start a new business. We doubt that we could write the book. We doubt that we can even lose weight sometimes. We doubt that we could be the head of anything. We doubt that we can have men working up under us. We doubt ourselves. I came to help somebody. This is our season. This is the season for women. And if we don't catch on and step out of our comfort zone, the time is now. The time is not later. So many things are happening all around us. This is the season for us, ladies, and we must believe that. And this is why we must ditch the limiting beliefs. Yeah, I said it. We must ditch them. We must kick them to the curb. They are keeping us away from our visions, our goals, our dreams, our businesses. Limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are not your portion. You've just been feeling like they are all this time. But I came to tell you tonight, limiting beliefs are not your portion. Fear of failure. You cannot allow that to weigh on you, to be that heavy weight on you. Self-doubt. You can no longer doubt yourself. So what? You never did it before. So what is something new? No, you can do it. But you first got to believe that you can do it. Scripture tells us what? That I can do all things. Through who? Through Christ who gives me strength. Yes, he will give you the strength. It doesn't mean that you're not going to mess up sometimes. Yes, you're going to mess up. But what does the song that Donnie McKirkland sings says? It says we fall down, but what does it say? That we can get back up. I am talking about limiting beliefs. Can I tell you that when I kick limiting beliefs where they need to go, that's when I was able to get things done? When I stopped worrying about the opinions of people or what people had to say, that's when I was able to expand and be able to do the things that I really wanted to do. And I want to tell you that you can do the same thing, but you must first get rid of limiting beliefs. So I talked about fear of failure and self-doubt. The next one that I want to talk about is disbelief. You really don't believe that you can do what it is that you really want to do. Go ahead and how in the world is anybody else gonna believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? You got to believe in yourself before anybody else will believe in you. Disbelief is stripping us of our energy. It's stripping us of our mindset. Disbelief is stripping us of our peace, our joy. Disbelief. Because you tried it before and it didn't work out the first time. That doesn't mean that it won't work out the next time. You got to try it again. But you got to first believe. You got to believe in God, and then you got to believe in yourself. You got to tell yourself, yes, girl, you can do it. I know you've never done it before, but yes, you can do it. The business that you've been wanting to start, afraid to start, because you don't have resources. That's the time to reach out to somebody who can help you, somebody who can tell you where to go. That's the time to make an investment. You got to invest for where you want to go and where you want to grow. Got to be willing to make that investment. Stop allowing disbelief to keep you from doing things that you would really like to do. In fact, some of us tell ourselves, "Oh, I'll never be able to do that. Oh, I'll never be able to write the book. I'll never be able to start the project. I'll never be able to." We speak those things over ourselves. Can I tell you that you got to stop speaking those things over yourself? You building up this disbelief in yourself. We do it to ourselves. Can I tell you that we are our own worst enemy sometimes? We speak negativity over ourselves. No, you cannot speak. You cannot continue to speak negativity over yourself. You got to speak positivity over yourself. You waiting on somebody else to tell you that you can do it. No, you got to tell your own self that you can do it. You got to pat your own self on the back. It starts with you. It doesn't start with anybody else. And many of us are waiting for others to give us their approval. Can I tell you that you don't need the approval of anybody other than you? You are the one that has to say yes. Nobody else has to say yes. Yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll go. Nobody else has to say yes, but you waiting on somebody to approve what it is that you would like to do. And because nobody has said yes, because nobody has approved it, because nobody has said that that's a great idea, you won't step out of your comfort zone and do what it is that you would like to do. Disbelief. Sis, you got to believe in yourself first. First. You got to believe in yourself first. Some of us are waiting for people to tell us that it's okay. What? No, you tell you that it's okay. You tell you when it's time to say yes. Can I tell you that when it come, when judgment day come, that only you gonna be able to answer for you? Only you going to be able to answer for you. Nobody is going to be able to answer for you. Not your spouse, not your children, not your not nobody. Sis, you got to answer for yourself. So why are you waiting on somebody to approve you? Waiting on somebody to say yes. Waiting on somebody to tell you that that's a great idea. No, you got to tell your own self. Yes, this is a great idea. Yes, this is an awesome idea. And some of us, the Lord just dropped this in my spirit. Some of us are allowing social media to mess us up. Because People are not commenting, or people are not saying anything, or people don't share. Listen, I want you to know that just because people don't comment, and just because people don't like it, and just because people don't share, that don't mean that they don't see what you're doing. Stop allowing that to hold you hostage. Social media will mess up your spirit. But when you get free, you don't worry about social media. You don't worry about any of that. You do it because you're doing it for you. You don't do it because you're doing it for no like, no comment, for nobody to share it, for nobody to approve it. No, that's when you rise above. That's when you say, if nobody don't like it, if nobody don't comment, I said what I wanted to say. I posted what I wanted to post. I'm telling you that it's time for us to get rid of limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs is what's stripping us of everything. Our peace, our joy, waiting on people to approve us, waiting on people to tell us that it's okay. The devil is a liar. You tell you that it's okay. Okay for you to do whatever it is that you've been wanting to do. Ask yourself tonight, girl, what is it that you would like to do? Ask yourself. And then answer the question. What has been keeping you from doing something that you really wanted to do? Fear of failing, fear of others' opinions, fear of what others would say, fear of who would support you. Can I tell you that if God ordained it, can I tell you that can't no devil in hell stop any of it? You just got to keep going. And I know you be looking for all of your girlfriends, and you be looking for your family. You be looking for everybody to support you. But can I tell you that if they're not the ones that God ordained to support you, they're not going to support you. And you can't get upset about it. You got to go on. You got to keep going. I don't care if they've been your friend since you was in elementary school. That don't mean that they're going to support you. And that's where a lot of us get our feelings hurt. We look for people who we believe should be supporting us. But they're the ones that want a discount. They're the ones that want something for free. They're the ones that want you to give them something. What I'm telling you is that you got to look beyond those normal people. You got to look for people who will really know what your worth is, what your value is, and look for people who will really invest in you, your program, or whatever it is that you're selling. What am I trying to say? We looking in the wrong crowds. Just because they've been in your life all those years does not mean that they're meant to support you. I'm talking about limiting beliefs. I talked about fear of failure, doubt, and disbelief. The next one that I want to talk about is past failures. Past failures keep us from trying it again because we failed at it, because it didn't work. Can I tell you that you cannot allow past failures to hold you hostage? Past failures holding you hostage in your peace, in your mindset, in your joy. Past failures, past relationship failures. So what? You got a divorce. So what? That one didn't work out. And it doesn't have to be a marriage, but a past relationship. So what? He left you. Maybe that's not who God had for you. Past mistakes, past hiccups. Some of us are still holding on to guilt for things that we did many years ago. We got to let those things go. Those things did not come to destroy you. They were a part of your journey, but they did not come to destroy you. You got to let those past failures go. You got to let those past mistakes go. They were not designed to destroy you. Let that man go. And we can't be afraid to release things when God says release it. And yes, that includes people. We can't be afraid of that. Past failures, past mistakes are limiting beliefs, keeping us from doing what it really is that we were put here to do. Fear of failure, doubt, disbelief, past failures. Now here's a major one right here. Fear of rejection. That's a major one. Fear of rejection. Fear that people are not going to say yes when we ask them to do something. Fear that people won't buy what it is that we're selling. Fear that people won't sign up. Fear that people won't say yes. Fear. Fear of rejection. Now, y'all know we have a problem with rejection. We as women, we don't like to be rejected. We don't like to be told no. We don't like to, no. But can I tell you, you cannot allow fear of rejection to hold you bondage. You got to release that. Listen, if Kamala Harris, listen, you see all these people talking about this lady and it ain't all good. You think she got time to worry about people saying that she's not an African American female? Do you really think that she is allowing her energy, that to consume her energy? No. And that's what you got to do. You got to look beyond all that foolishness. You got to look beyond people. You got to look beyond the opinions of people. You got to look beyond what people say. People gonna talk. They talked about Jesus. What make you think they're not gonna talk about you? People talk about me. And I know that. But you can't worry about that. Limiting beliefs. Fear of failure. Doubt. Disbelief. Past failures. Fear of rejection. And the last one is fear of success. Some of us are afraid to succeed because we've never done it before, because it's new. Sis, you can't be afraid of success. You can't be afraid to do something that you've never done before. If you don't know how to do it, then that means it's time for you to ask somebody, to invest in somebody who is doing what it is that you would like to do. Can I tell you that it's okay to get help? Can I tell you that it's okay not that you don't have to know everything? It's okay to invest in where you want to go. We got to stop allowing limiting beliefs to hold us hostage. And I want to suggest a few things for us to get rid of limiting beliefs. The first thing I want to suggest is write out your negative beliefs. Write them down. Why do you need to write them down? Because you need to acknowledge them. You keep trying to push them back, but no, you need to acknowledge them. Write out your negative beliefs. After you write them out, Then you need to verbalize them. You need to read it. Read it out loud so that you can hear it. And after you do that, you need to release it. Release it for real, not play. I mean, let it go. I mean, be done with it. You know how we be done with some people sometimes? No, I mean like that. Be done with it. Write it out. Write it all out. Don't just write out pieces of it. Get it all out. Write it all out on paper. And then read it out loud. So you can see yourself. No, hear yourself saying it. And then I want you to release it. Let it go. Cast it wherever you want to cast it. But get it up out of you. So write it down. I want you to determine what instilled these beliefs or these feelings. I want you to deal with where they came from. This will help you to further let it go. Release. See, because when you do it, you got to let it go for real. Not play, but for real. You know how we throw trash in the trash can? We throw it away because we're done with it, right? And we don't have any intentions of going back in the trash can and taking anything out of the trash can, right? Because it's trash. That's how you got to do these negative beliefs that you have. You got to throw them away, having no intentions of picking them up again. Have you ever thought you lost something and you had to go through the trash can? You dread going in that trash can because everything in there is trash. But what you think you lost might be in there, and you got to find out of it, but you really don't want to go in that trash can. That's how you got to treat those negative beliefs. Don't go get them out that trash can after you put them in the trash can. It's trash. Let the trash man pick that up and let him take it out there to the dump, wherever he take it at. But whatever you do, don't you pick it back up. Determine where those things came from. What caused those beliefs? What caused those feelings? And only we can deal with that for each other, for ourselves. Nobody can do that for the other person. We got to be willing to do that for ourselves. You got to ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What has caused me to feel this way? What is going on with me that I feel this way? You got to ask yourself that. And then you got to deal with it. And then you got to let it go. Gone are the days of just talking about it. No, you got to do something about it. And I'm going to step out here on a limb and say that you got to do something different about it. I'm talking about limiting beliefs. If we expect to get the things that we really desire in 2021, then we got to get rid of the limiting beliefs. The next thing you got to do is determine your new positive beliefs. How do you do this? By speaking positively, by responding positively, by acting positively. And you can also do positive affirmations. Those are for you. Positive affirmations. Recite them morning, noon, and night. Positive affirmations. This will help with your belief, just as praying and spending time with God, just as reading the Word of God, just as fasting, meditation, journaling, spending time with you, quiet time with you. Can I tell you that it's okay to be alone? Nobody has to always be around you. You don't have to always be on the phone talking to somebody with somebody in your ear. Can I tell you that sometimes it's good to drive around in your car with no music on, with you not talking to nobody, just riding in the car, you and God. We got to be okay with being alone. But in order to be okay with being alone, you gotta love you. You gotta love everything about you. That takes work. I'm talking about limiting beliefs. Recite their affirmations. They encourage you. They uplift you. They give you the pickup that you need. And then I want to tell you, take the risk and learn from your mistakes. Learn from your failures. It's okay. No, it's not going to always be perfect. No, it's not going to always turn out the way that you want it to turn out. So what? So what? Be okay with it. And be okay with trying it again. Be okay with starting over. Can I tell you that starting over is not a bad thing? It's not a bad thing at all. Starting over means that you get another chance. Just like God gives us what? Chance after chance after chance after chance. You can start over the same way. But you got to first deal with your disbelief. Deal with your hurts. Deal with your issues before you start over. Many of us try to start over without dealing with what it is that we need to deal with. Not good. Not healthy. The limiting beliefs is really what's keeping us from getting to those things that we really want to get to. And I came on tonight to remind you that it's time to get rid of the limiting beliefs. You can no longer allow them to continue to steal your joy, your peace, to keep you from your visions, your goals, your dreams, from writing the book, from starting the business, from starting the project, from buying the house, from buying the car, from saving the money, from investing the money. You cannot allow limiting beliefs to keep you from doing those things that you really want to do. So now we are coming up on Sunday, is the last day of January 2021. That means the first month of this year is gone already. Just that fast. Seems like it just got here. Why did I say that? Because I want you to know that time is not waiting on anything or anybody. And it's time for you to make those changes that you need to make as it relates to your limiting beliefs. Step out of your comfort zone. Invest for where you want to go or where you want to grow, for what you want to do. Start the business. Do your research. May not be perfect, but as long as you start somewhere. Stop allowing fear and limiting beliefs to keep you from doing those things that you really want to do. First of all, ask yourself, what is it? Say, what is it that you want to do? Ask yourself that. What are your goals? What are your visions? What are your dreams for 2021? Have you written them down? It's important to know that. Very important to know that. So I came on tonight to remind you about limiting beliefs. For those of you who will watch the replay, I hope that this encourages you as well. And those of you who joined live, thank you for joining live. And I hope that these things that I gave you tonight will assist you with getting rid of your limiting beliefs. Getting rid of them for real. For real, for real. For real, for real. I'm going to invite you next week. I am doing a visions and goals challenge. I will be live here in the group. Free content to assist you with where you may want to go. I will post every day the time because of my schedule. It will not be the same day every time, but I will post the time so that you will know. I came to tell you that it's time for you to stop watching others do what you would like to do. And it's time for you to do it. Yes, you can do it. Yes, I believe in you. Yes, I am praying for you. Yes, you can do it. In fact, touch yourself right where you are and say, yes, I can do it. Come on, say yes, I can do it. Tell her, yes, I can do it. This is what you got to do. You got to talk to her. You got to talk to yourself. You got to get in that mirror and you got to look at her and say, girl, you got to talk to her. Talk to her before you put on all the makeup and do your hair. Talk to her. Encourage her. Believe in her. I hope that this has helped you tonight as I talked about limiting beliefs. I believe that this is the season for women to win, for women to excel, for women to expand, for women to elevate, for women to execute and do anything and everything that we want to do. But you got to first get rid of the limiting beliefs. Again, thank those of you for joining me live on tonight. And for those of you who will watch the replay, thank you as well. Have a great night. God bless.